Hello friends, in the previous 6 episodes of the first season of my illegal adventures in the Chernobyl zone, we visited a lot of cool places, an abandoned military unit, cooling towers, an unfinished nuclear power plant, the Jupiter plant, the city of Pripyat and more. This is the final episode of the first season, in which I will have to go through the most difficult physical test of my life. Sit back and enjoy watching. At the end of the previous episode, we went to the river for water. Returning home, we ate and drank the rest of the alcohol that we had. To be honest, we drank too much alcohol because we had to get up early in the morning. We went to the bed at about 1 in the morning, drunk, and at 5 in the morning the alarm clock woke me up. I think many people know the feeling when after a stormy weekend you have to get up early in the morning for work. The condition was terrible, but the desire to meet the dawn over Pripyat was stronger. We drank coffee, ate Snickers, and the condition became better. We miscalculated the time a little, and when we approached the right house, the sun was already beginning to peek out, and we thought we were late. We did not calculate a little distance. We ran to the roof to meet the dawn. The sun is about to come out. I really hope that I can capture the sunrise. How hard it is to go up to the 16th floor after drinking. Got hooked? What a beauty, what a view. Guys, it was worth it, we made it. This is a cool ending to our stay in Pripyat. The only negative is that we still have to go about 50 kilometers back. And ahead you can see exactly what we were most afraid of. There everything is covered with clouds and it is raining, and we have to go over there. I really don't want to get caught in the rain, because it will make the way back very difficult. Not everyone from the group went to meet the dawn. I think that in vain. The guys agree with me. Gagarin and Beaver lost a lot without seeing this beauty, because this is one of those moments for which we came here. The view from here is amazing. This deserves a like and a comment. A real stalker must not only enter the zone without being caught by the police, but also get out without being caught. So our journey is not over yet. There are 42 kilometers ahead of us, and if it rains, a very severe test awaits us. But we must get out without getting caught by the police at all costs. Only then can we consider the campaign successful. Unique content. What do Chernobyl mice prefer? Gagarin. They ate a silicone plate and some porridge. Kub. They ate some oatmeal and some pasta. Instant soup was not eaten. You forgot to say that they also shit in your backpack. At the same time, the mice did not touch the pasta on the floor, but climbed into backpacks. What else did they eat? 2 caramels, says the eagle. These small creatures, while we were sleeping, not on 2 far-fetched caramels. We hoped that it would not rain for at least a few hours, but unfortunately, it had already begun. Therefore, we immediately put on protective raincoats. There are covers on backpacks. We provided for this. In general, it seems that another test awaits us. Most likely, we will have to go without rest and sleep 42 kilometers in the rain. I don't know yet how we're going to do it.
Днем был на хит-параде, каждого достиг уха. В эфире помехи, обломки сзади, ветер скребет по коже. В нем тонут чьи-то всхлипы, мы исчезаем тоже. Мы покидаем Припять, мы покидаем Припять. В панике все одиноки, мы покидаем Припять. Глупо уносим свои ноги, радиоактивный ветер. Так говорят, а я не верю. Радио в ответы кричат дети, мы покидаем Припять.
We came to the flooded quarries. We will make a short halt here, replenish our water supply, let our legs rest and have a bite to eat at the same time. The water here is very clean and clear. The water is cold, the feet are cold, but how nice. Get out faster, I want to. Recovery procedures. How good. Ice water immediately relieves all tension in the legs. The beaver decided to wash himself completely, satisfied. Have you washed with soap? How did you manage? Eagle exclaims in surprise. Stalker must stink. The rain caught up with us, while not strong and there are not many clouds in the sky. Let's hope it doesn't get worse. The zone heard our prayers and the rain stopped for a while. We're in a part of the zone where it's almost impossible to meet anyone. So we turned on the Bluetooth speaker with music and it became a little more fun to walk. The zone laughs at Gagarin. He put on a rain suit for 10 minutes and when he put on, the rain ended. The expression on Gagarin's face is priceless. It will start, it will definitely start, says Gagarin. All the same, it was not in vain that Gagarin put on this rain suit for 10 minutes. I don't know what the zone had in mind. Maybe she wanted to test our resilience. Maybe she thought that our trip turned out to be perfect and we need to spoil it a little. Or maybe something else. It started to rain and didn't stop. Over time he only got stronger. Let's shoot a review comparing two rains used, says Gagarin. China's cheap versus your expensive. Super battle. Cool rain suit against cheap Chinese. So we go to the brick in the bushes with thorns. What are the advantages of your costume? Asks Gagarin. Now we will pass these thickets and I will tell you. Let's go ahead. Let's see how he handles the thorns. They drove through the acacia. Another acacia. More. Where are you guys? Did you go around? Did I go here alone? Okay, let's move on. The test continues. Catch up. Guys, I think there is no passage there. Do you see how to get out of here? Lost your route? No, we are the right route. It's just that everything is overgrown here. We can try to pass here. I see a passage. This is a very dubious passage. Although now I am already visible birch, so we're almost out. So now take off. How much the suit has turned around. Why is he whole? That's it. Full ass begins. The rain doesn't stop. My shoes are lower, wet inside. That is, I am walking now and I have a lot of water inside. Apparently Gore-Tex died after 3 years. And this in turn leads to other consequences. The patches are starting to come off. New corns appear, fits well from water, and with each step it becomes more and more difficult to walk. Every step hurts in my foot. Here we have such a fun way out of the zone, and we have only gone halfway. My bandana tears and I have to change it on the go. I decided to completely tighten the leg so that I does not come off. The guys warned me not to take it too long, otherwise my leg might become numb. Hope it helps. Such a riding really helped. The leg did not become numb, and the patch no longer fell off. One less problem. By the way, everyone's shoes got wet after 2-3 hours of walking in the rain. I and Coop have a Z6 model, the rest have a model Renegade. All of them are not new. Apparently the Gore-Tex membrane loses its properties over time. Stumble upon deforestation. There was a fire here recently, and all the trees have now been cut down for sale. This suggests that the fires may have been set on purpose. Another problem is that the land is gradually turning into a swamp, which complicates movement. Gagarin, how are your emotion at the moment? I am so wet right now. Very wet emotion, says Eagle. But seriously, says Gagarin, the backpack got wet, the boots absorbed moisture, and because of this we seriously added to the weight of the equipment, and least a few kilograms. After a halt it is even more difficult to go. Pain and suffering. We saw two people without backpacks on the road. Who it is not entirely clear, but definitely not stalkers. We hid in the forest for the time being. We sit and wait. Coop says that one of them ran in our direction, which means that it is either the police or the border guards. Now let's try to get around them through these forest thickets. The most annoying thing is that they saw which way we went and can wait for us on the other side of the forest on the road. Running away through the forest from the border guards, we got a little lost, and for about 1 hour we made our way through the forest until we reached the road. We went out on the road. There seemed to be no one. I hope that we were lucky. They were almost 100% border guards. The guys looked at them in the form in which they usually go. Besides, they were without backpacks. stopped making video because I can't see anything anymore. Tomorrow I'll tell you how it all ended, but we still have a lot to go. Then it got dark and there was no point in shooting on the GoPro camera, so I'll just tell you what happened next. The one painkiller we took at our last stop had almost no effect and we decided to take one more. As the pain in the legs intensified and it became more and more difficult to endure it. In addition, the air temperature dropped and we began to freeze. Because of this, it no longer made sense to make long halts, because just a few minutes without movement and we began to freeze. But that's not all. We reached a section of the zone where we could be heard and seen, so we had to turn off the music and lights. We walked in complete darkness, occasionally illuminating our feet with a dim light. We left early in the morning and didn't eat anything all day. Due to such a load and lack of food, many began to lose strength, dizziness and nausea. The body really asked for calories and energy in order to continue moving on. There was an abandoned village 12 kilometers from the exit, and we decided to make a full stop there and cook dinner. We went into an abandoned house in the village to cook a meal, drink hot tea and move on. Guys, how many kilometers did you walk? Okay, how much do we have left? About 12 kilometers left. In short, in percentage terms, how much have we gone through so far? 80%. Now we'll cook dinner because the body is already working at its limit and we urgently need to refuel it. What was it? Did something knock on the window? Or is it the wind? Hush guys, let's hear if something is coming. This is most likely a branch hit the window. It is unlikely that in such weather something will walk here. Yes, I understand, it just looked like something knocked. I ask the guys how they feel. In general, everyone is in about the same condition. Muscles do not particularly hurt, general fatigue and severe pain in the feet. Gagarin's Chinese raincoat could not withstand such condition and he was completely wet from head to toe. The eagle notes that if it were not for the pills of a strong painkiller, he would have died by now. Gagarin tells how cool his Chinese rain suit is and that the driest thing he has is shoes. The bureau says that water got into his boots through the top. The eagle got water through the lacing, and so did I. Look, these pills really work. Do you remember how I cried in the last campaign in the same house? This time the hike is much harder, but thanks to the pills I am now sitting with you and not wallowing. The time I came laid out the sleeping bag and cried in it for an hour and a half. Here I will make a comment about my state at that moment. The only and main problem was that the foot hurt so much that every step felt like stepping on needles. No one muscles hurt. Yes, fatigue was felt, but against the backdrop of hellish pain in the food, no one notices this. And with this pain, we tried to fight with a strong painkiller, but the pills didn't really help. They dulled the pain a little, but for a very short time. As I understood later, we did not correctly calculate the dosage and took too weak a dose. Another problem the rain created for us is that we didn't have any option for staying overnight. These houses were the only option, but there was no point in staying there for two reasons. First, we got completely wet. Our things, backpacks, sleeping bags, everything was wet and there was nowhere to dry them. Secondly, we have 12 kilometers left before the exit, and there was a bridge ahead which could only be crossed at night. That is, if we had stayed there overnight, we would have had to wait another day to cross the bridge, and the provisions were running out. The last section of the pass was on an asphalt road. On the one hand, this is a plus. We could go without lights, without fear of twisting our legs, and we increased the pace significantly. But on the other hand, the foot, which were torn from pain, began to hurt even more on the pavement. At that moment, for the first time in my life, I experienced what it means to go by force of will. It's an amazing feeling. I no longer had the strength to walk. I wanted to fall on the wet asphalt and not get up. But I understood that I had no choice. I could not stop because I would freeze. It is difficult to put this straight into words, but I am very glad that I experienced it. Passing through such trials, a person becomes stronger in spirit. We overcame the last part of the forest with the last of our strength. Crawling under the barbed wire, I thought that I would not get up. I was so exhausted. I will never forget the feeling when we went out on the asphalt outside the zone. I understood that we had reached, we were able, our suffering was over. We won this battle with the zone. It seems that all the emotion that have accumulated over this very long day immediately flooded over me.
We did it. Damn it, we did it. This is the Ditatki checkpoint. Only we did not exit through it, but by pacing it. And despite the fact that we are 100 meters from the police, nothing can be done to us.
We settled down at the bus stop near the checkpoint. We took out a Bluetooth speaker and turned on the song at full volume, which at that moment described our condition. We were shivering from the cold, but we didn't care anymore. At that moment, we were truly free.